Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon. It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. And yes, this is all Lions versus Bears. Not a lot of Bears, but a lot of Lions. I can tell you that much about it. Good to see you, Fred. Welcome to the show. Waiting for my buddy Woody Bach to show up. I sent him the link. He's going to join me, also known as Mr. Brightside on the... I'm still nervous. We could only put up 52 against the Bears. I know. I mean, I only 3 points away from tying the franchise record, 55 points. Amazing. And they did that. What was that? Back in 1937 versus the Bears, I think it was. I don't know. May have been 47. I read. Hell yeah. Go Lions. Well, I have the statistic breakdown for us. On offense, passing, Jared Goff completed 23 of 28 passes for 338 yards and 5 touchdowns and a passer rating of 156. Caleb Williams was 19 of 30, pressured on 19 of his passes for 207 yards, for 2 touchdowns and an interception to one Mr. Kirby Joseph, with a 91.9 passer rating. Rushing, Jahmyr Gibbs led the way with 94 yards on 12 carries. David Montgomery had 25 yards on 11 carries. The team as a whole rushed for 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift had a whopping 63 yards on 12 carries. Yes, it is. It's a victory Monday. The Lions looking like the team they should have been looking like. Yes, Hutch got a sack. He had 3 pressures, 3 tackles. On that sack, involved in it was that Branch and Muhammad? Muhammad had a sack by himself. Lions defense had a dominant performance, limiting the Bears offense and forcing turnovers. Takeaways, the Lions had 2 key takeaways, which led to points: an interception by Kirby Joseph on a pass from Caleb Williams and a forced fumble by Brian Branch on DeAndre Swift, which was recovered by Jack Campbell. Pulling Goff before he broke his own record was a travesty. Horrible game. Sacks. The Lions' defensive front was effective on getting to Caleb Williams, recording 4 sacks. Those sacks were accredited to Aiden Hutchinson, Al-Qadim Muhammad, Brian Branch, and Marcus Davenport. On tackles, Brian Branch was the standout performer, finishing with 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit, in addition to his forced fumble and a sack. They did get 4 sacks on us as well. But overall, the O-line played way better than they used to. That was Deion Branch. Yeah, I know. I heard Jonathan Vilma say it. He was thinking of Patriots days. Overall, the Lions' defense was crucial to a part of their victory, creating turnovers and sacks that shifted the momentum of the game, while the Bears' defense had a difficult time slowing down the Lions' diverse and effective offensive attack. To say the least, 52 points. We put up a 50-burger against the guy that was supposedly the architect of everything the Lions do on offense. All I know is this morning, Mr. Caleb Williams is probably thinking stuff about Ben Johnson right now. Stuff like this. I bet he's thinking about other quarterbacks. Let me get back to the comments. Offense looked much better, but O-line still needs to improve. Run game was slow to get going. Passing game was fine. It was a bend, don't break defense. Not stellar, but damn good enough. Yep. Oh, God. The Tesla catch? That was amazing. Another one-handed catch, reaching over his body, going sideways to the sideline. Great catch. Thank you, Hoss. Ben is going to ship Swift and Williams both out of town. I don't doubt it. I could see that happening. I don't have my soundboard. I'm not at home. I'm at a remote location. Parts unknown, but I am in Michigan. I am in the great north of Michigan, no less. We had 32 people watching. Less than 10 minutes into the show. This is amazing. And I'm outside, so I get to be smoking Jeremy B. Joshua should get more playing time, don't you think? Let's see what he can do. I think it's more about his route running than anything that they're working on. They want him to be a more complete receiver before they give him more snaps. But I agree. I think he needs more snaps. The real question I know everyone is thinking about Slaw is, can he actually catch with two hands? We don't know. He's had 2 targets and 2 one-handed catches. Amazing one-handed catches. And if you actually look, before he had control of the ball, before he pulled it in, that's when the Chicago Bears defender touched him. He got past him when he hit the ground fully, and he slid out of bounds, and he slid going forward. That is why the rule was called down to put the 6 seconds back on the clock, because it happened at 16 when he slid out. The review came from upstairs. That didn't come from the judges on the field. So I do want to address that, because I heard, oh, that's a horrible blah, blah, blah. No, because if you watch it in slow-mo, he was still pulling the ball in before he hit the ground. The guy touched him. He got coleslaw, because if you leave him open, he's white and dangerous. Yeah, I don't have my soundboard, so there's no music today. I can't give you your music. But I'll tell you what, it is a Victory Monday, and you know what they do at the end of a Victory Monday show? We're going to hear Gridiron Heroes again. But what an amazing performance. J-Mo, 2 catches, 108 yards, and a tutty on 3 targets. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 11 targets and 12 targets and 9 catches for 115 yards and 3 scores. Tesla had the 1 target for 32 yards. Leaf was a part of that rushing attack too on that end around that he got 9.5 yards on. I thought it was bullshit. He was called short, but oh well, we still got the first down. But in the rushing attack, the O-line struggled a little bit in the first half, after that first drive. And that's why we went to that end around with Leaf. What a play. But Morton doesn't call trick plays. Yes, it was so great beating Ben Johnson. Yeah, Benedict Johnson. But in other news, Joe Burrow is out for 3 months with turf toe that may need surgery. It's being checked on today. Shamar Stewart went down for the Bengals as well, their first-round pick, the one that the Lions passed on that everybody wanted with an ankle injury. Yeah, they still won with Jake Browning throwing a game-winning touchdown. And I won my first. I'm 1-1 now in my fantasy league, my keeper league, because I had Goff, JMO, David Montgomery, and Jameson Williams on the same team. I was stacking shit. No, thank you. I heard it's a shoulder stinger. They haven't ruled him out, but that he won't be practicing tomorrow. There's some tenderness there. He was in for the celebration with ice on his shoulder. So I want to see what goes on with that. We'll see. I hope he starts because that'll make him go past the 3 starts that everybody said he wouldn't get. He had a sack yesterday. At least he got hurt on a sack. Thank God it wasn't the UCL again. Yes, that was cramps. They announced that at the end of the game that he just had cramps because when he took that shot from Campbell, it made it tighten up more. Yes, he was 1-1 on our way to 12. I said we might be 1-1 after week 2. I said that the Green Bay game might be hard for us. I wanted us to win, but I didn't predict I predicted a win on my Friday show because guess what? I'm a homer, and I admit it. Oh, nice. Must be a Bears fan saying that. So Baltimore looked beatable yesterday. Baltimore scored 41 points. You know, anybody that didn't think that the Lions had a chance prior to the game didn't pay attention to what we have done over the past 3 seasons in this league. I think we went 4-2, 5-1, and then 6-0 in the division. Let's go. Let's go. Detroit Lions, one pride, all grit, never back down. Yes, and the Tigers won yesterday, too. But Shamar Stewart is ruled out for week 3 already. And now to our sponsor out of Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good. Yes. Motown Mitch. What up, though? Lions rule, Bears drool, Packers are lactose intolerant, and Vikings are actually queens. How true that is with male cheerleaders. Man, what a weekend. The Vikings lose. We beat the Bears. The Packers won, so they're 2-0. But the worst 2-0 team in the league right now that's won 2 games, it's a tie right now between San Francisco and Cincinnati. I don't think Cincinnati can keep it off. Yeah, he had a hell of a game. 156 passer rating. If you're not haven't seen it, yeah, and the Chiefs are 0-2. I said 2-0 teams, teams that won, the worst 2-0 teams. The 0-2 teams, the Saints, the Bears, the Dolphins. Seems the North isn't as strong as everyone thought. Bears and Vikings are in trouble. I thought that there was only 2 playoff-worthy teams in our division, and I thought it was us and the Packers. I said if JJ's good, they have a chance because on paper they have one of the best rosters in the NFL outside of quarterback. And I said that coming into the season, and that's why I gave them such a wide margin of victory range. I said they could win 6, they could win 10 for the Vikings. We don't know. And I put the Bears at 7-10, and I'm rethinking that. I don't think they're going to break that 6.5. Yep, it is true. Yes, you did, Dwayne. What a great week. What a great week. It was a good week of football. I went 9-4, so I'm already better than last week already. Oh, I do understand that, Jim Jackson. I said that's the question mark with the Packers is what are you going to see second half out of Love? The first year it was a bad first half and a great second half. Last year, he was hurt for 4 games. We saw Malik Willis go 3-1 or 2-2, whatever it was. I think it was 3-1. But let's stop the insanity. That is where the Bears are right now. A lot of Bears fans are punting on the season already. LOL Williams seems to be progressing each week. Our O-line also seems to be progressing. Bears D-line isn't terrible overall, and we own them. They still got 4 sacks. They didn't get a sack after, what was it, the second drive of the third quarter, I think it was, when they got their last sack. So, our O-line did look tremendously improved from the week before. The communication was better. The holes were opening up. We were able to run the ball. We were able to do play action. We started off with play action. Let's not forget that first pass downfield was play action. We came out right off the rip hitting Amon-Ra on a slant for 24 yards. And that's when I said Bears are in trouble. As soon as I saw that. Thank you, Dave Eastman, for the like on Facebook. Go ahead and comment if you want. So guess who else is still a free agent right now that we could pick up? Yeah, Talik Williams is doing really well in the run game. The only play he got moved out of the way was on that touchdown run by Swift from 4 yards out. But overall, he had a good game. Talik Williams looked really good. But Nate Lynn is still out there as a free agent right now. If Davenport's hurt, why don't we just put him on the IR for a few weeks, sit him on the shelf, and bring Nate Lynn in? I wouldn't mind Nate Lynn being back. Al-Qadim Muhammad had a sack. And Nate Lynn was a pressured monster in the preseason. And let's not forget, he was our starting defensive end in those preseason games, and that was versus some starting out NFL talent. So I would like to see that. I thought for sure Nate Lynn was making the 53. Yeah, 69 is Ralledge, 68 is Decker. Isaac Tesla had an awesome one-handed catch last weekend. Yeah, 2 targets, 2 catches, both one-handed. Can he catch with 2 hands? We don't know yet. But bad, oh bad. It has been a fun week of football. It's much better talking about a win than a loss, right, boys? What went wrong? We gave up 4 sacks. But they were coverage sacks. Our guys were covered downfield. It was mostly in the first half. Like I said, there was only 1 sack in the second half. We had no fumbles. We had no interceptions. We won the turnover battle. That's all that matters. On the play when Branch got the penalty, it was a deserved penalty. It sucks because you can't change your momentum when you're in the air like that, but he did hit Caleb Williams in the helmet with his arm when he came down. And that's a no-no. You can't hit him above the chest. So it is what it is. By letter of the rule, it's a penalty, roughing the passer. Otherwise, Terrion Arnold had his first pick. I thought Arnold had a decent game, except when he was covering Rome Odunze. But nobody was covering Rome Odunze. I think the other reason they went for the TD on fourth down was the family with the Detroit leap zone. You could see Goff said something to St. Brown. It probably was. It probably was just for that family. But man, Isaac Tesla, Coleslaw, Vanillatron, whatever you want to call him. Leave him open. He's white and dangerous. Yellow Jackets are everywhere right now. I don't care. Got my cigarette. That's what I'm happy about. And we're talking about a 1-1 Lions team and an 0-2 Bears team and a 1-1 Vikings team. I think because we played in the division, that puts us in second place right now. Tried to get in my soda. Trying to ruin my day. What an amazing game. 52 points. I thought it was going to be decided by a field goal. I was dead wrong on that. I did predict the Lions would win. I was 100% right on that. So only 5 incompletions the entire game. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Even though it was just a tap, it still is what it is. Caleb played it well. Look at the way he fell down. It looked like a forceful hit. We know it was just him coming down at the bad angle. He was trying to bat the ball up in the air. I saw the hit in live because they did show it. I said, that's coming back. But good job on Arnold, though. That was great coverage. I just wish it had counted. It had been the kid's first pick in the NFL. Yeah, but nobody, not Kirby, not Branch, not Reed, not Arnold, nobody was able to cover Rome Odunze. Yep, that was the overthrow. I saw that, and everybody was blaming Goff, but he stutter stepped. Man, that guy's back. I'm wearing my Hutch jersey, just like I did during the game. 3 pressures, 3 tackles, and a sack. I think he had a tackle for loss as well. And on that interception, Hutch was damn near had Williams. The tackle did his job and knocked him off of him. Hey, it is what it is. But that caused the interception to Kirby Joseph because he overthrew. I think that was their slot receiver. Zacharias. But there was some notable performances that I saw on the Bears defense that we can't ignore. Noah Sewell was all over the backfield, having 3 tackles for loss himself. Damn near had a sack. I had on an Amon Rasher. Yeah, he did do awesome yesterday. 9 for 115 and 3 scores. His first 3 touchdown game in the league. It was nice seeing our number 1 and number 2 bounce back from last week. That's all I got to say. Because the first week, everybody's like, oh my gosh, they're so overrated, blah, 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 blah. It is what it is. But you know what the Lions team did this week that I love? Fuck the Bears. Now we get to go on Monday Night Football. We got a nice little extended extra day of rest. Well needed. We got some dinged up players. Maybe they'll be able to come back. Davenport. We know Branch is fine. Campbell didn't get hurt on that play when Branch's cramps acted up. I want to see a race between Gibbs and J-Mo end around when Gibbs broke free. Gibbs started to blow by J-Mo and then got tackled. Well, it's different when somebody's blocking. That's all I got to say. I still think J-Mo's the fastest guy, one of the fastest guys in the NFL. He blew by those 2 safeties in the cover 2 zone so bad that they were 5 yards behind him when he caught that ball near the end zone. That deep ball that was a good looking deep ball from Goff too. As promised, what do I do after every game that we win? I sing Gridiron Heroes. Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave. Rah, rah, rah. Go hard, win this game. With honor you will keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory. Go Lions. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.